Well, we woke up this morning to dreadful news that looked like was coming out of Mariupol. There was a shelter there with hundreds of people inside, and we know because we've seen pictures of that shelter with the words "children" written in Russian on either side of the end points of that, an indication from the sky to anybody that this is not a target. And then there were some reports overnight that that building had been hit. And for a period of time, there was a lot of worry about the men, women and children who were inside there and, you know, what had happened to them. And then this morning, some official reports from the Ukrainian authorities suggesting that it had been hit, but that they had all survived. Now, we're trying to just get a few more details, some evidence, some picture that'll filter through as to exactly what the situation is there. But if that's true, and if that pans out, then that has been a miraculous escape. And I suppose that writing on the floor is particularly telling. That is how desperate they are in Mariupol now. There is no more they can do than appeal to the humanity of their enemies by writing the words "children" in massive white letters on the ground to say, please do not bomb this building, we are not the enemy. And yet it was struck. This morning here in Odessa, just a few hundred miles to the west here, another key city port here, we were woken up by sounds of an explosion. It rattled the windows. Now, we've got no more information other than the sound of it. We don't know whether that was defensive outgoing fire from the Ukraine military or whether that was something that had been fired in from the Black Sea and had landed somewhere and we felt the aftershocks. That's the situation we're in here in Odessa. To all intents and purposes, it is quite quiet here today. People are getting on with their everyday business, but there are huge defences being put up now because it is inevitable, I think, that at some point the Russians will try and have a go at this key port city. And there are still families who have stayed here. There's a play park in the city centre that we'll go into in a minute. There are children playing on swings. There are parents taking their children out for walks. The markets are open. People, you get the sense, are trying to get things in while they can because the situation can change very quickly. We've seen in Mariupol, further up the coast in Mykolaiv, another port city, the shells starting to land there as well. And these port cities obviously strategically very important to the Russian military. So early signs here in Odessa, although we can't really be sure what those explosions were this morning, but it didn't sound good from where I was sitting. And all the city can do is kind of fortify itself and prepare for what might come.